Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my Pentiment playthrough. Today, continuing with Pentiment, after the exciting discovery of Father Thomas. I shouldn't say exciting, after the horrible discovery of Father Thomas. But very exciting as the player of the game. So without further ado, let's have some fun playing Pentiment. Andres, are you alright? Magdalene, how is Sister Amelie? Or, I think so, you, or, yes, I'm fine. Andres, she's still out, but I think she's fine. They must have heard that at the Golden Hand. Magdalene, of course. Or, what an awful way to end a beautiful Christmas night. Or, the entire church collapsing? I'd hope so. Andreas, what are we going to tell them? Magdalene, what do you mean? Andreas, about this. About everything. Magdalene, why couldn't we just tell them the truth? Andreas, for the same reason Father Thomas hid it. You can't be serious, or please explain your thinking, or so we should reward what he did, all the people he's hurt? Andreas, is it better to punish the people of Tassing? What good will it do to tell everyone about St. Moritz and St. Satia? Maybe Father Thomas was right about that if nothing else. Maybe it would break their faith. Magdalene, we could say, I suppose the people here have had enough things in their lives broken, or, I think he's wrong. I think the people here have enough faith to hear the truth. Andreas, you know them better than I do, especially since I've been away for so long. Magdalene, I thought understanding this would feel better, or you came back after all this time to solve this, but it's hard to feel like we actually accomplished anything. Are we any better off than we were this morning? Andreas, Father Thomas won't be able to hurt anyone else. Magdalene, maybe he never would have. Andreas, I think you're right, we should tell them. About the saints, the Romans, all of it. Magdalene, no, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't really help anything, or I hate that doing the right thing feels so awful. Andreas, I'm sorry. Magdalene, I am too, but I still think it's what we need to do. Andreas, then we'll tell them. Magdalene, good. Andreas, we should get Sister Amelie someplace warm. Magdalene, we can take her to my house. You'll probably have some explaining to do. Andreas, a lot, I think. It's been a long time coming. Magdalene, I'm glad you didn't die in that fire. Andreas, I am, too. I think. Magdalene, we should head back, or Merry Christmas, Andreas. Andreas, Merry Christmas. Klaus, oh. Magdalene, you made it back. Magdalene, Andreas and Sister Amelie and I made it back, or did you think I wouldn't? Klaus, well, I heard such a terrible din and the house shook. I feared the worst. Is everything all right? Andreas, our neighbors probably think the world is ending, so it could be better. Or, I don't think so, Dad, but it will be. Klaus. Magdalene, are you all right, Dad? Klaus, yes, I'm sorry. Just tired. Sit by me. Tell me what happened. Magdalene, we could say, I think Andreas might still be a little crazy, Dad, or it started in the Rathaus, well, the Rathskeller. Andreas found an old Roman message there that pointed to the Mithraeum, or did you know the back wall was part of the old Roman aqueduct? Klaus, huh? Magdalene, so we went into the aqueduct. The section we found must have been closed off for centuries. We found an old Roman bathhouse. We couldn't go through, so we found our way down to a level under the baths. I think Andreas said it was a hypocaust. Andreas got separated from me, or I got separated from Andreas. I was really afraid I'd lost him, that we'd both gotten lost down there. Then I heard his voice off in the distance, and I was so Dad? Are you still listening? Esther, I know it's hard. I mean, I can only imagine how hard it is. But we will all do our best to make you feel welcome when you get here. It's strange to think this will probably be the last letter I send to you, so I'll end it with my love, Esther. Gymnasio. Magdalene? 9. Incipit, April 1544. Magdalene, yes? Gymnasio, I'm sorry to disturb you, but I want to let you know that everything is in order. Baltas has ensured that all of the official financial matters will be handled. The money will be forwarded to you via the Reichspost as soon as everything is settled. Magdalene, I appreciate it. Please thank him for me. We could say leave it at that, or thank him for everything, and don't let him forget his commission for the work. Gymnasio, as a representative of his bank, it would be remiss of me to do so. Magdalene. Gymnasio, I did not know your father well, but I know that he was well regarded by everyone who spoke of him. It seems that Tassing has lost many things in one man. I am very sorry. Magdalene, nod or thank you. Gymnasio, good fortune to you. So, months have passed, of course, if you watched the end of last video, after we discovered everything below Tassing, and so let's see how events have progressed. Veronica. Magdalene, I can't believe you're really leaving. Magdalene, you should come visit me or I'll miss you all dearly. Eva, the boys will miss you even more. Veronica, yours at least. Eva, oh, don't tease him. I think he's having a really hard time of it, despite appearances. Magdalene, I'll go easy on him, or he'll get over me soon enough. Eva, maybe. But you are a special girl, Magdalene Drucklerin. I understand why you're leaving. God knows you have a good cause. But Tassing won't be the same without you. Safe travels and God bless you. Gertrude, are you sure you have everything you need, Magdalene? Magdalene, we'll see. I know I'm ready to go, or I think so, thank you. Gertrude, I made you something to take with you on the road. It's chamomile, cinnamon, and wheat flour. If you're traveling and you're having cramps, Magdalene, I know, I'll use it. Gertrude, well, Hildegard's recipe just called for chamomile and wheat flour. I added the cinnamon for taste. I'm sorry about what happened to your father. Magdalene, thank you. Gertrude, Mother Francisca had us all say prayers for him. And for you as well, when she heard you were leaving. Magdalene, we could say, really? That's so sweet. Please thank her for me, or I don't know what to say, or is she afraid I'm going to be a Hussite? Gertrude, no. I think she's sad you decided not to join us. We'll all miss you so much, Magdalene. Magdalene, you have so many sisters to look after at the convent, though, or I'll miss you too. Gertrude, God bless you. Safe travels. So we see Otts over there. Oh, we can't actually walk this way. We can't walk anywhere but to Otts. Otts, hey Mags. Otto or Otts. Otts, I'm really sorry about your dad. He was always nice to me. My mom says he was a good man. Magdalene, she's right, or he was a good dad. Otts. Magdalene, well, thanks, I should get going. Otts, Mags? Magdalene. Otts, Magdalene. You sure you don't want to marry me? We should say, it's a little late for that, don't you think? Or, I'm sure no, or it is a tempting offer. You could say, but no, or come with me. Otts, well, what, really? Magdalene, yes, really. Otts, but my mom and Till. Magdalene, I'm leaving Tassing today. If you want to have a life together, come with me. Otts, that's a lot to ask. Magdalene, I know, you're asking a lot of me too. Think about it, but don't think too long. Otts, Magdalene, write to me then. It's only spring. I promise I won't get married before the end of the year. Otts, you know I'm no good at writing. Magdalene, get better. Don't take too long, sweet boy. A girl can't wait forever. Otts, I won't. Magdalene, good. Take care of your mother. Ots, I will. Magdalene, until later, Ots. Ots, uh-huh. Elias, good morning, Mr. Strucken. Are you off soon? Magdalene, yes, father. Just saying my last few farewells. Elias, of course. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to know you or your father. God rest his soul. Magdalene, I am, too. Elias, don't let those Bohemians put any heretical ideas in your head. Once their pernicious seeds take root, they can choke the faith right out of you. Magdalene, we could say, I don't know, Father. I've heard they have some interesting ideas, or St. Moritz will protect me, or I will keep my guard up, Father. Pick the first one. Elias, good, good. Keep the faith. Magdalene, God bless you, Father Elias. Elias, God bless you in your travels. Magdalene, God bless you as well, Sister Amelie. Amelie, are you leaving today? Magdalene, I am. I'm just heading up to the mill in a bit. Amelie, I'm so sorry for everything that happened. Magdalene, well, that was winter. It's spring now, or your home was destroyed, or I know, it's all right now. It's all right now. Amelie, thank you for helping us. Magdalene, do you know what you'll do now? Will you become an anchoress again? Amelie, I don't know, honestly. Father Elias is trying to help me, but I need to learn to rely on my own judgment a little more. It's going to take a long time to atone for my part in what happened. Perhaps the rest of my life. Magdalene, we could say you were tricked, we all were. God knows you didn't mean to do harm. Amelie, he does, but harm was done. I am writing an account of what happened here. As well as I can, I remember it anyway. If it is not enough to earn forgiveness, I pray that it will at least illuminate this history of great darkness. Magdalene, good, it's worth remembering. God bless you, Sister Amelie. Amelie, God bless you and keep you safe on your travels, Magdalene. So it seems I'm going up to the mill. Elsa. Elsa, Magdalene, this is it? Magdalene, it is. Time for me to leave. Elsa, good. Get out before this cursed town swallows you. Tassing will bring you nothing but anguish and misery. Magdalene, Elsa, I hope one day you will find a path out of your sorrow, or that has been my fear as well, or stay silent. We'll pick the first. Elsa, God willing, though I am doubtful. Stay safe on the road. These are still dangerous times. Magdalene, we'll be fine. Look after your family. Paul, Anna, your grandkids still need you. Elsa, I'll do what I can. They are what little I have left. Without them. Never mind. Godspeed, Magdalene. Andreas, are you sure I look all right? Anna, of course, Andreas. You look perfectly respectable. Paul, you're a little worse for wear, but a good sight better than you were. Andreas, it was kind of the women to help clean me up. I'm afraid I'd forgotten how to look after myself. Paul, some would say you took care of yourself quite admirably. How many men here could have survived in a burned-out cellar for the better part of 20 years? Anna, subsisting on our discarded rye, no less. Andreas, I'm sorry about that. Anna, Andreas, we already told you it's all right. Andreas, Magdalene. Paul, hello, Magdalene. Anna, are you off soon? Magdalene, hello. Yes, I'm riding with your flower to Mittenwald and then down to Isar. Andreas, I'm sorry to see you go, Magdalene, but I hope Prague is everything you've dreamed of. Magdalene, if it's half the city Esther describes, I'm sure I'll love it. Andreas, you have a chance to make a life of your own there. God knows I've squandered so much of mine. Use the time you have and use it well. Magdalene, I will. I don't know how, but I will. I wish you could have seen it, Andreas. Andreas, I know. You would have loved it. Magdalene, I hope so. Andreas, Magdalene, if angels carried him down to bear witness, the heavenly host would have wept at it. Magdalene, Now I know you're just trying to make me feel better, or that's kind of you to say. Andreas, we all need words of encouragement, and besides, it's the truth. Paul, Magdalene, I wanted to ask you something about the mural before I go. Magdalene, hmm? Paul, I thought it was supposed to cover the whole wall. Why did you leave a section blank? Magdalene, for the future. Unless history is going to stop in Tassing the moment I roll down the road. Andreas, I think your wagon is about to leave. Magdalene, oh, it is. It hardly feels like enough time. Thank you for everything you did for me, for my family. Andreas. Magdalene, God bless you, Andreas Miller. Paul, Andreas. Anna, are you alright? Andreas, I'm lost. Paul, that's alright. Anna, you're welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Besides, you can't leave yet. The children require your expertise. Andreas, oh? Anna, they're up on the mill. The walkway. I'll have supper ready when you're done. Paul, just remember that you're always welcome in our home, Andreas. Nod or thank you. Wow, this is so beautiful. It's the story of the farmers from the first mural. Wow. And Otto's speech, wow, with the soldiers in the background. That's so beautiful. And such a powerful picture. Wow. And the last picture, showing the real history of Saint Moritz and Saint Satia. How powerful is that? Actually, Mars and Diana. So showing the real truth of the history of Tassing, as we described with Andreas Mailer. That is powerful right there. Magdalene Druckeren. That's so awesome. It looks like they got married, it seems like here. Is that right? Martha goes off to the convent. Ill Peter. Ursula gets married. Hopefully, it looks like hopefully Magdalene really did get married. Apollo and Judah get married. That's so nice. It looks like, right? Wow. And look at Andrus's family. All because of the decision Andreas says that he should keep going and not give up on love. Andreas Müller, 1558. Amazing. So it sure looks like Otto and Magdalene will be married in the end. Achievement unlocked, Manu Propria, and that was Pentiment by Obsidian Entertainment. What an amazing game! What an amazing game, Pentiment. Xbox Game Studios, amazing game. And so I'll just offer my thoughts here in the last bit of this video, which is I can see why this game was given a 10, a masterpiece score. And now, as I think back on this game, I think back about some of the other best games I've ever played. I have a list here on my phone of the best games I've ever played in order. So from 1 through 10. World of Warcraft Classic and the Burning Crusade, Witcher 3, God of War 4 and Ragnarok, Divinity Original Sin 2, Mass Effect 2 and 3, Halo 3, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, Ratchet and Clank 1 and 2, Fable 2 and 3, and Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5. I think Fable, I'm not sure how many of those games got 10s or whatever score they got by IGN, but one of the things that makes some of those games so great are the characters and the story, and Pentiment is no different in that respect. So when I think back to the story of Pentiment, I think back to the relationship we have from the beginning with Baron. Think about it, the very first time we actually get up, we're in the Gürtner's house, and how much we love Peter and Ill Peter and Clara. And that relationship with Clara carries all the way through the game. I'll remember Clara for a long time, just like Peter and Ill Peter. I'll remember Big Jorg. I'll remember, so if we think about Andreas then, at the Abbey with Brother Piero, how loving Brother Piero was to him. Even in just one true conversation with Baron Rothvigel, we develop that relationship with Lorenz Rothvigel. We develop that really understanding of who the Father Gernot is. We develop that, that disdain for Brother Guy. We develop those relationships with all the different characters in the town, whether in the second act with Otto, whether in the first act with we look at Attilia and how she still follows some of those pagan traditions, or she keeps the old ways, as she says, and it's such a powerful story. Balthazar, Werner, Lenhard, all the different characters in the story, all the different things, and it builds up to, I think, the best moment in the game is the Christmas celebration. And during that Christmas celebration, I really see why Pentiment is one of the best games I've ever played and worthy of being a masterpiece game, because you have a relationship with everybody, practically everybody in that image, all the way from the singers. I believe it's Alexander, the singer, and we develop, of course, the other singer whose name I'm not remembering right now, but the gentleman who writes on the board. We develop a relationship with the singers. We talk with Endrus. We talk with Veronica. We talk with Jorg. We talk with Ebba. We talk with Otz. And I'm so happy, like, the whole way that there's that idea that Magdalene and Otz will get together, and I'm so happy about that. And of course, the idea, the conversation with we have with as Andreas, when playing as Andreas, we have that conversation with Enders that keep going, don't give up on your love life, and don't give up on your dreams of having a family. And we see that he has a huge family at the end, and that's because he chose to keep going. Opportunity was there for him, and he chose to keep going with that, to put the effort in to make it happen, and it happened. And so that's what I'll remember about Pentiment, are the characters. And if you remember, I literally read every single part, every single word of dialogue from my playthrough of Pentiment practically, and it was amazing. And please notice that I actually key in on, as much of a plot twist it was Father Thomas who was the bad guy the whole time, covering up the fact that Saint Satia and Saint Moritz were actually Diana and Ares respectively. My favorite moment in the game is that Christmas celebration, because even with all the murder mystery, and even with all the different works, when we by the time we get to the celebration and we're celebrating the birth of Christ in the manger, it is just one of the most beautiful moments that I've experienced in gaming, because at that moment I felt like the next thing was for Otts and Magdalene to get married, and for them to live happily ever after. And so that's been Pentiment, as I've experienced it as Lord Naren White. And what's very interesting here is I actually don't know if I have the opportunity now to actually even access my saved game, which is so interesting. But it's all the better because I recorded this playthrough for you all. So that's where I'll go ahead and end this series, playing Pentiment, a game I have enjoyed tremendously, and without a doubt a masterpiece and one of the best games I've ever played. And so with that, I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Like to be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.